Hello everyone, this is Mumbo, welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 92, and we are currently standing out here in the rain. Now this is really odd. I don't really know what to say here, because on Hermitcraft we never get rain, okay? I don't know if you guys remember the early days of the Hermitcraft server, but we basically implemented a system using command blocks that means that if someone is online on the server and they sleep and there's another person online on the server who isn't sleeping, it sort of forgets about those and it just switches it through to day, okay? So we don't all have to be in a bed at once because that can be a bit of a pain in the bum. But in the early days, that meant that it rained all the time on Hermitcraft. We had tons of rain. It happened every sort of 5 minutes or so. It was a big problem, and that meant that all of the episodes were just really rainy, and it wasn't a particularly good place to record videos. Well, we basically decided to switch that up. We changed up the command block system, and that meant that we had the opposite problem, but no one was particularly fussed. We never got rain on the server. It never ever rained, but I wasn't complaining. None of the other hermits were complaining, so we sort of stuck with it. And now it's raining. It's actually raining. It's chucking it down with rain, and I don't really know what to say. I mean, this is a very bizarre occurrence. I feel like, well, False Symmetry is currently online, along with her other time-lapse account. Maybe she's doing some kind of like rain dance or something. She's managed to make it rain, because this is so strange. Honestly, I've been playing on the server for around about 8 months now, and it's never rained. Crazy. Anyway, what a way to start off the episode. I don't really know what to say. Maybe we've changed up the command block system. Maybe I've just been really lucky over my time on Hermitcraft to miss out on any rain. Maybe this isn't a big occurrence at all. But for me, this is one of the first times in absolutely ages. Definitely the first time of 2015. So that's pretty crazy. But anyway, that weather situation aside, what are we actually going to be doing in today's Hermitcraft episode? Well, if we make our way over here, you can see that I've actually done just a tiny bit of work. Now, I did this in the Monday evening live stream, so for those of you who missed that one, you can find a link to that one down in the description. It is uploaded on the second channel in full, all 1.5 hours of it, so you can watch this through. But what I've done is I've placed in all of the pistons, we have now got all of the signs in place, and we have got all of the lava. Now, I'm not going to jump up. I was actually considering jumping up then to show you guys, but as you can see, we have got all of the lava in the roof, and obviously these pistons are going to push upwards randomly, and they are going to push any of the hermits up into the lava. Now that is the plan, and it is looking pretty cool, and it looks like this system is actually going to work very nicely indeed. So the plan for today's episode is, of course, we have got to link up all of these redstone modules. It should be relatively easy, but I've got to gather up a few resources to do it, as we're going to need a clock, we're going to need a bunch of repeaters, a bunch of redstone, a few redstone torches, and all that sort of thing. So as I make my way back over to the base, I just want to bring up something really quite important, alright? This is a relatively big announcement. I'm really excited for this. In fact, I was going to announce it at the start of the episode, but obviously the rain came in, and that was bigger news, alright? That had to be mentioned. But the big announcement is that I am going to be creating official Mumbo Jumbo merchandise. It's been a long time coming, okay? I used to have merchandise on my channel, but it was designed by me and it wasn't the best. But now I have partnered up with Cap and Cook, who are a fantastic clothing company in the UK. They make things like t-shirts, beanie hats, they make backpacks, they make mugs, they make all sorts of things. And they do it for various TV shows as well, like Breaking Bad, which is one of my favorite TV shows, but also The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. They do things for the Orange is the New Black. So if you do want to check out their t-shirts and other products, I'll put a link to their store down in the description. So I'm going to be teaming up with those guys, and we're going to be creating merchandise together. Now, I've got a few ideas for what I want to be featured on the merchandise. For example, my original idea is, of course, channel branding. Things like my little mustache man, perhaps my skin, maybe my channel title across them, things like that. But as far as other things are concerned, I was thinking maybe boats and hose, potentially a sugarcane pillar, sugarcane brick wall. I thought those would be good things to have on the merchandise. But I'll be honest with you, as I've mentioned many times, you guys are much more creative than me. You seriously are 10 times more creative than me. So I want you guys to head down to the comment section and let me know what would you like on Mumbo Jumbo merchandise. Even if you don't plan on buying any of the merchandise, which is absolutely fine, just let me know what you'd like to see on it, because I'd love to hear your ideas, and I'll be sending all of those over to Cap and Cook so they can take a look and try and come up with a few designs. As I say, super excited, should be awesome, and I can't wait. But anyway, that's enough chatting. I'm now going to crack on. We're going to clear out the area underneath the redstone here so that we can make way for more redstone, so that we can link up the redstone to create a fully functional game. So I'm going to crack on with this one, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So the area has been successfully cleared. This is the area that we've got to work with. It's not particularly big, but it doesn't need to be particularly big. So now what I've got to do is I've got to chuck all of the non-stackable and stackable items into all of these droppers here. And as you can see, that's a little bit of a strange configuration for anyone who doesn't really understand what's going on. Basically, we've got the non-stackable item, which is right here. If this pops up into this hopper, that will give a signal strength of 3 through this comparator, which means that it will trigger the system. But if this or this pops up into the hopper, it will only trigger a signal strength of 1, and that means that it will not trigger the system, meaning that our pistons will not extend. So that's basically how it works. It's like a 1 in 3 chance of all of our pistons extending. So I've got to chuck that into all of our droppers, and that's like the logic of this circuit. Pretty much all done, so we've just got to link those up. So I've just spent the last couple minutes just trying to work out how I can link up all of these redstone mechanisms without adding a delay in between them, and it's ended up with this strange looking redstone matrix, but as far as I can tell, everything should be working here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a repeater into that block, and I'm just going to have to hope that it reaches all of the locations. I've then got to get a comparator, and we're going to be doing this off of a hopper clock. Now it could be that is just going to be far too fast for this system, and it will end up being far too quick. It will kill all of the hermits, and it will be absolutely no fun, but we're going to see how it goes. Now, I'm not going to use a comparator as my system, because that would be silly. That's a very expensive item to put in there. We're going to use an iron block instead, because that's really cheap. I can hear pistons. This sounds like it's extremely fast. Let's try and make our way back up to the surface, and we'll see what's going on up top. You know what? I don't know. This might be too fast. Oh, that's lethal. Wow, okay, this is going to be a deadly one. We might have to put some form of bed somewhere. We'll put a bed at the beginning, but this might work. I might do a test run without, obviously, all of my armor and things on me, just to see if I can make it. Because obviously we don't want to build any impossible games, but it's pretty lethal at the minute. We are going to add a toggle at some point, but for now it's just going to be left running. So yeah, I'm going to dump all my stuff in the chest over there, and we'll see if we can conquer this thing. Alright, let's do this. Basically my plan is I'm going to walk straight along this line here to the other end. I'm a little bit nervous right now because I've only got 7 deaths on the server, so I don't want to add too many to that, but 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we got lucky then. We got very lucky then. So it is possible. It is possible to do. It's just all luck. Like, for example, then we could have been very unlucky there. Oh. 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 This is possible. This is very easily possible. I'm quite glad. I left all my armor on. Oh, that could have been bad. I suppose I should try it without the armor. I was going to say, I don't seem to be getting too damaged. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. This time, no armor. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's difficult. Oh, that's a lot more difficult than I was expecting. Wow. I might have to suggest that they wear iron armor for that one, because that is pretty bonkers. Really. Oh. 8 deaths. Not good. I'm not happy about that. Wow. I'm now kitted out in full iron armor, so let's give this a bash. We'll wait for this one to fire. I know that doesn't affect our chances, but... Oh, okay, so you just have to get lucky. It's as simple as that. You can have an easy run, or you can have a run like that, where you hit the lava. Oh, this is bad. Wow, we really are getting the hell beat out of us. No, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Are we? Ah. Okay, well, it's entirely possible. You can do it. You can do it absolutely fine. It just involves a little bit of iron armor and quite a bit of luck. Now that we know that this entire thing is possible, we can make it from end to end. I have added in a little bit of redstone here, which allows us to activate it when walking over the pressure plates. Because the idea is that it will be off. Obviously, that saves the lag. Okay, we don't have any redstone lag. And also, it stops me from killing myself every time I want to make my way through that room, because that would definitely happen if it was left on at all times. So basically, the hermit will complete these challenges, then walk over these pressure plates, and go straight into the piston pushing room. And everything will kick off. Then on the other side, we have actually got another set of pressure plates, and they run back through into this T flip-flop over here. So both of these run into the same T flip-flop, and that activates and deactivates the circuit. It's relatively simple redstone, really nice and easy. In fact, pretty much all of this redstone is really nice and easy. It's just, it looks like quite a bit of a mess because of the way that we've had to power things. But anyway, that is everything done with this little challenge here. We've managed to complete everything that needed to be done with this part. So now I guess it's time to move on to the next one. So it seems I have messed up my storage system design. You know, we've got the big storage area, then we've got this little storage area over here that is based around Tango Tech's concept, but is built by myself. Turns out, I messed up building Tango Tech's concept. I must have got something a little bit wrong here, because, well, everything seems to have backed up through these hoppers. So we have got a ton of items. It is going right the way back through all of these hoppers. There are loads of different items. I've just caused an update to this piston over here, and that seems to have got the whole thing back up and running again. But it all seems very strange. I have to say, it does seem extremely strange. I don't know what I've managed to do, but as I say, this isn't a problem with Tango Tech's design at all. This is a problem with my redstone skills. I seem to have done something very wrong here. So now I've got to try and work out how to fix it. Okay, so a few things have happened since the previous cut. The first thing is that I've fixed up all of the redstone inside our item elevator type deal. I don't really know what was going on there, but I know that those contraptions don't particularly like being unloaded and reloaded. I think that's probably what's caused the problem. Maybe that piston was stuck, extended, causing it. The update seems to have fixed it, and I've also added in like an auto update system now. So that should be working, I hope. I really do hope, because otherwise I'm going to have to do some serious redesigning over there. So that's all done. Also, I have gathered up a few resources, so that's all good. What else was there? There was something else. Nothing particularly special. Anyway, moving on, because I can't remember the other thing that I've done. We're going to be creating a new area for this place. This is going to be the checkpoint area. I know what I did. I got myself a new diamond pickaxe. I did a little bit of enchanting. So, yeah, that's what I did. Completely forgot about that one. But anyway, we are going to be creating a checkpoint area, because obviously this thing is pretty lethal. The one before this thing is pretty lethal. And the one before this thing as well is okay. It's not too difficult, but all in all, we need some form of checkpoint, because otherwise the hermits are going to be going right the way back to the beginning every single time, and that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside. So I thought I would create a little room over here which will be a checkpoint, but also it will finally give us the opportunity to do a right turn or a left turn, but it's probably going to be a right turn, because at the minute, as you can see, we have got even numbers, and even numbers are really awful to work with. I hate working in even numbers, so we're going to be doing odd numbers in this direction over here, and we're going to be cracking on with some of the other challenges. So I've got to clear out this tiny little area. The checkpoint room isn't going to be too big, so let's crack on with that one. Oh, no. Is he going to pathfind his way all the way up? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, that was really close. I did not think he was going to prep up for an explosion then. Oh, he needs to calm himself down. Creepers, whoa. Whoa. So, as you can see here, we're going for a fairly similar design to the one that we had in the original starting room that we have all the way over there. I don't know if you can quite see that. I can see it, but I don't know how good the resolution is going to be in this video. But it's right there. I don't know if you guys remember. It's got like wood, it's got some bushes, and it's got a few sort of jungly decorations. And that's basically what we're going to be recreating in here. Now, I don't have any vines, which is a bit of a problem. It's also quite a large area. We've got a much larger area. I don't know why I decided to make this room so big. Like, what was going through my head when I decided to make this room so massive? But it looks cool. It definitely looks cool. So there's a few things that need to be done. First off, I have got to create the cool textured floor that we had going on in the other room. That was something that I really liked about that place, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be using in here. So basically what I'll do is I'll take out this area, and then we replace it with stone slabs, which I seem to be running very, very low on. But it ends up looking a little bit like this. It's sort of cracked and broken, as if, I don't know what it really looks like. It looks like this area here, the actual stone looks like it should be slabs, but over time they've sort of trampled and merged into one, but then there's still like a few recognizable slabs. That's what it triggers in my brain. I don't know what it triggers in yours. Probably like I've half done the floor. That's probably the style that it looks like. But other than that, yep, it's all coming along strong. I've got to do a lot of the decorating. Of course, we've got the messed up style on the walls, but we've got to do the roof, and also more bushes are required. So there's still quite a long way to go on this one, but it's coming along fairly nicely. Okay, so as far as I can tell, this is the checkpoint room. The checkpoint room is looking pretty cool. I have to say I'm actually pretty happy with the way that this turned out midway through. As I'm sure you could tell in the previous clip, I was a little bit concerned. I was like, oh, this is going to end up looking a bit rubbish. But I think it's actually scaled quite nicely, and it looks good. It's like once again, the jungly theme strikes again. We're really doing well on that. So now we have got, how many challenges we got? We've got the combination lock, then we've got the water challenge, then we've got the lava challenge, then we've got the randomizer room challenge, and then you're through into the checkpoint. So the next challenge is going to be really exciting. Now, what I'm going to try my best to explain this one to you. Probably going to fail because you guys know that I'm just terrible at explaining things in general. But basically the idea is that there's going to be 3 compartments. Okay, so there's going to be 3 compartments. All of them have got buttons on the inside. Basically what the hermit has to do is the hermit is going to walk into that compartment. They're going to press the button, and then that's going to trigger a randomizer, and it's just going to be completely random. But one of them is going to open up and allow the hermit to travel on, and the other 2 are going to drop lava or TNT onto the hermit and kill them. So that's the plan, and it's going to be pretty evil. It's a pretty horrible and evil contraption. But the thing is that I don't really know at the minute how I'm actually going to wire it up. So the first thing I've got to do, of course, is I've got to clear out the area. We're working on that right now. But then I have got to work on the redstone, and I think for that one, I'm probably going to pop into my redstone testing well. So I've just cleared out the area, and I have placed blocks down where the compartments are going to be going. I'll show you that in a couple seconds, but before we do, I want to hop into my redstone testing world, and we're going to design this thing. But before we do that, I want to have a chat to you guys about Minecraft 1.9 once again. Because as you guys know, I did this recently. I chatted about Minecraft 1.9, talking about all the changes, saying that people shouldn't complain, okay? People shouldn't complain about all of the changes in Minecraft 1.9. Number 1 is because they're definitely not permanent, they're still being balanced. And number 2, because it's new stuff, you know, it's new stuff to learn. If they want to change up the PvP so you can't do this anymore, that's cool, because it means that you then have to relearn a new technique, and you have to play the game and learn a new skill set. That's pretty good. But I've just been browsing Twitter, and I have just received the news from Impulse SV that the test E32179, or whatever his name is, elevator, has now stopped working. You see this thing that I'm using right now, it's broken. It's properly broken. At the minute, okay? I want to point that out. At the minute, it's not working. This isn't good. Oh no, I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. Pretty much all of my base is based around that elevator. Look, they're everywhere. There is literally one of those elevators in every single section of my base, and pretty much all of the hermits are the same. So this is going to be an interesting update right here. Now, once again, I want to point out that nothing is set in stone. Okay, these might be fixed for the Minecraft 1.9 update, but to be honest with you, I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to be broken forever. So this is something that we're going to have to deal with potentially. It's going to be something that it's a little bit of a pain in the bum, and we're going to have to change up all of the elevator designs, which is fine. You know, we can do that. It just means that we've got a lot of work to do around the base. But I just thought I'd let you guys know that currently in the latest snapshot, which I believe is snapshot 13W38... A or something like that, or 15W38C or something like that. Anyway, they are currently broken. I just thought I'd do that as a public service announcement. It's a bit of a pain, but as I say, we're going to be working with it. Okay, so all of the 1.9 changes aside, I know you guys are going to be arguing about that down in the comment section, but I don't want that to happen because, as I say, Minecraft 1.9 has not released yet. We do not know for certain that these things are broken. All I can report is that in the current snapshot, they aren't actually working. But anyway, all of that aside, as I say, this is the machine that I've created. It's a massive mess, and that's because this is a tiny bit more complicated than I first imagined. But anyway, it does actually work. So we stand inside this compartment, and then we hit this button up at the top here, and that will do one of 2 things. It will either spawn some lava, which you can see sets fire to me. That would cause some major problems that probably end up killing me, and then the door reopens. Or if we get lucky here, when we hit the button, it will open up the floor. No, it looks like we are getting dropped lava on. But basically, it can either drop lava on you or open up the floor and allow you to pass through into the next stage. So that is the plan. That is how the system works. Once again, it is just completely randomized. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one for today. I'm probably going to do some cleaning up of the redstone before the next episode so that this is nice and compact. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.